All right, let's open this real quick. Let's see what we pull here on our first ever Riftbound booster opening. This is the bonus booster that came with the Jinx starter deck. I like this idea of including some boosters with your starter product. Get people hooked on the ripping culture. I have no idea what any of this means. When I'm attacking and defending alone, it gets +2 attack. Looks like it costs 3. It is Ionian and it is green. I don't know if the color has to do with the nation that it's a part of. This is a red Zon unit. Also attack and defensive 2. It looks like a sword and a shield. I literally know nothing about this game. And when you play me, you discard 1. All right. That could be upside, as we've seen in Magic. And obviously, if I do a review or some how to play, it'll all very much be from a Magic perspective, although I was pretty good at Lorcana as well. So this is a big boy. Here we go. It costs 7. It is a blue, because it's from Bandle City mech. So now we've seen 3 different countries, 3 different colors. It is 8 power, let's say. And just flavor text. So this is like a vanilla. All right. Oh, our first spell. Who knows if there's instants or sorceries or when I can even play these. Let's see. It costs 2. Reaction, play anytime, even before spells and abilities resolve. Ah, well, there you go. So there is some sort of stack, or there's the ability to respond at any time. I guess that would also suggest my opponent. So we're just going to say this is kind of like an instant. Additional cost to play this, you may exhaust a friendly unit. If you do, draw 2, otherwise draw 1. Oh, so that's cool. So obviously tap a creature, draw 2 for 2. Better divination, like it. Rebuke costs 2. Action, play on your turn or in showdowns. I'm guessing showdowns is some kind of combat, so that's interesting. So like sorceries only can happen on your turn, but then also potentially as tricks, maybe. Return a unit at a battlefield to its owner's hand. Okay, so yours or your opponent's. It's a bounce for 2. Makes sense. Oh, here's Piltover. We have yet another country, another region, and yet another color. So we're gold here. It's 2 attack and defense for 3. When you play me, play a 1 power recruit unit token here. Okay, so we have tokens as well. This is definitely feeling kind of magic-y. Another 3-drop. So we've seen what? A 3-drop, a 2-drop, but you have to discard when you play the 2-drop. It's not a or, it's a requirement, or it's not a may. Gear. So this is maybe artifacts or something like that. Arena bar. Buff and tap. I'm guessing that's exhaust. It's very much a tap symbol. Buff an exhausted friendly unit. If it doesn't have a buff, it gets a 1 power buff. So I'm definitely just leaning into calling that sword and shield power, just generic power, and it costs 3. So I don't know how good this is. I'm not even sure where the rarity symbols are on these. This is also a new color. It doesn't really have any, it's like orange. Maybe that's just what all gear is. It doesn't really have an affiliation with a country. There are these little symbols down here which do appear to reflect the color, the overall color of the spell. I guess that was purple and didn't have any affiliation as well. Or maybe there is some affiliation to all the colors. Who knows? Oh, look, here's blue gear. So, again, a different symbol. Oh, maybe this is rarity here. This is now uncommon. We had just a dot down there as common. We're figuring this out live. This looks like uncommon little triangle. It's fairly typical. All right, so this is a 2-cost gear, mushroom pouch. At the start of your beginning phase, guessing that's upkeep, if you control a face-down card at a battlefield, draw 1. So clearly multiple battlefields. I'm guessing that's like kind of like lanes, almost like we're doing some sort of artifact, which I was actually pretty into that game, although it was hard as all get out. So face down cards, I guess we're like morphing or deploying stuff face down. But you draw 1. I mean, as long as this happens once, it replaces itself. That seems not bad for an uncommon. Or maybe there aren't uncommons. Maybe there's just commons and rares. Guess we'll find out. 10. for 9. Vanilla. It's a dragon. So here we have another orange, and this has no affiliation. So maybe orange is just like mercenary or something. Maybe this mushroom pouch actually does technically have some affiliation. Oh, there's also some notation I noticed up here, the top right corner as well. That's like gear. We have like spells like arcane. And I guess if you're a unit or a creature, you're going to have your power up there. Oh boy. Speaking of battlefields, here is one. Hollow Tomb. Uncommon or rare. Oh, notice this is also out of 298, so 300 card first set. It's pretty hefty. When you hold here, you may return chosen champion from your trash to your champion zone if it is empty. Oh boy, that's a lot of loaded mechanic talk that I certainly don't understand, but the implication, I guess, is if you decide not to attack, you can return a champion, which I'm guessing is a special type of character or unit, presumably what you start with, something like Jinx, I'm guessing is going to be a champion. You can return it from your discard to the champion zone, which doesn't sound like it's deployed. That sounds almost like your commander zone. And it just says the same thing on each side. And this is gray. So we have gray battlefields. Oh boy, this is foil? Yeah, this is shiny. It's a bit shiny. It's not like heavily foiled, but it definitely shines. This is pretty cool. Commander Ledros. This is definitely a new symbol. So this is either actually rare, like a super rare. I'm guessing the others are called rares and these are called super rares. Maybe this is a mythic and I got lucky. The artist is 6 More Vodka. That's a pretty cool name. All right, so this is, I don't know what these symbols are. This guy didn't have any of those symbols, this vanilla guy. Oh, Rebuke had 2 of these symbols. So maybe this is like, it costs 6 and you have to have 4 of this, kind of like the old Hex mana system, where like there's generic mana, but there's like type mana as well, but you just have to have enough like energy of that type. It doesn't actually deplete. So like if you only had 2 purple, you could spend 4 total. Like you could play 2 of these if you only had 2 purple, because it doesn't actually use the, I don't know why I'm saying this. Like I actually know what it does. That's how it worked in Hex. And I think that would like stand to reason that would be the case here. So anyway, this requires attunement to this yellow, which is potentially Shadow Isles. Although we also saw yellow for Piltover. Might be a different kind of yellow there. As you play me, you may kill any number of friendly units as an additional cost. Yep, makes sense. Reduce my cost by that resource symbol for each killed this way. All right. 6 is already not a ton for 8, right? This vanilla dragon was 10 for 9. Deflect. Opponents must pay special rainbowy symbol to choose me with a spell or ability. So it has effectively some sort of ward, some special mana ward, and ganking. I can move from battlefield to battlefield. Ooh, it's a jungler. It's a jungler. That makes sense. So I have no idea how powerful that is, but I'm guessing that's pretty good because you can quickly shift the power in a lane. Like you're a good jungler. So intriguing. I like it. Tide Turner. Ooh. I'm excited about super rares or rares that are, I think all of these are foily. This art pretty cool. It's also frame breaking, which is, do they all frame break? Yeah, this guy is also frame breaking on that corner. The other rarities do not. So I always get excited about low cost, higher rarities, because that normally shows where the power curve really lies. So Tide Turner, 2 mana, 2 power. We're going to be calling it mana for now. Hidden, hide now for 1 rainbow. That might be mana of any color or specific colored mana. I don't know. To react with later for 0. So perhaps hide means like the flipping over that we saw some Zenergy with that gear that draws card earlier. When you play me, you may choose a friendly unit, move me to its location, and it to my original location. When you play me, choose a friendly unit, move me to its location, it's my original location. So I guess when you can play it in one spot to basically move something between lanes and then put this there. But I guess the idea is like when you play me, so I guess you can hide it potentially face down, and then reacting, maybe that's at instant speed. It says to react with later. Was that the keyword for instant? We are I don't know if anyone else is like a card game nerd like me, but this is the part that's like the funnest, is trying to like put together the pieces when you know nothing. This is also why I do reviews before reading the cards, because I want you to experience it live as I figure it out. Yeah, so this says reaction, and this says react with. So we're going to assume this means instant speed reaction. I basically flip this over for 0 and can like basically do a bounce trick, but it's better than a bounce because it like gets it out of one fight and replaces this little 2/2 here, basically. I dig it. Whoa, that looks cool. That looks really cool. So this is a cool symbol. I'm guessing this is legendary. Boy, that was literally blew me away, much like what is happening to this guy. Unchecked power. Boy, this is striking to see. It's really like hits you in the face. It costs 7 and 2 of these blue symbols, and it exhausts all friendly units, then deals 12 damage to all units at battlefields. I guess the exhausting all friendly units is a downside because potentially this is a one-sided wipe. I guess you can maybe have deployed units that aren't at battlefields, and it doesn't want you to be able to like play this, wipe everything on a battlefield, and then deploy your units to a battlefield, because that would be too strong. That's enough. Boy, I wonder if this is worth anything. It certainly does look like it might be. Boy, that is, I really can't get over. This is excellent. I'm honestly quite impressed. Oh, here we go, a rune. I'm guessing this is like our mana-ish lands sort of thing. Yeah, I'll tell you what, for not knowing absolutely anything, that was pretty thrilling. Love trying to figure stuff out. Let's see. Anyway, before I'm probably going to cut it off there. I'm going to read a little bit more about what actually happens, but let me know if you're interested in more in this. You want to see me try to figure out more of this live, probably even do some more of these openings remote with minimal editing, minimal quality, but let me know if you're into Riftbound. I was already kind of into it. I was always going to try it, but as far as first pack goes, that was not disappointing. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Is this something we can get into? Peace.